So we have enjoyed and been watching the solar eclipse. When it first started, it was incredible because it came slightly from the bottom, and it reminded me, I can't see a thing through these now, by the way. It reminded me if you take a cookie, like a big cookie, and snap a little bit of a chunk at the bottom of. The other thing I noticed as well, we were watching it, you can actually, I know this sounds so silly, you can actually tell the time, I can't see out of it, by looking at the sun. It's incredible. We'll share with you some moments, but my favourite moment, we have to start with, in Indianapolis, the moment that there was a live stream from NASA, and it is just, for me, sums it all up. Brilliant.
Oh my gosh, there's that great diamond ring. All right. Oh, wow, look at that. I can see the, yes. Oh my gosh. I can actually visualize the corona. I've always wanted to see that. Wow. Look at that. Fantastic. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
It looks fucking dark out here. Oh my God. What? Whoa. Damn, big camera, look. Look here now. That's it. Not taking it. Let's go. Burkott's crushing it right now. I'm a little worried I'm going to look over and all of a sudden it's going to.
Wow. It is totally dark. Wow.
Something else pretty incredible, got to put these back on, Dark Brandon, so I can't see through these, literally totally owning and trolling Diaper Dom Paulioni.
Folks, enjoy the eclipse, but play it safe. Don't be silly.
I'm going to put the glasses on.
Darkness. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Totality, we're in it and we're behind a cloud. But I still want you to appreciate the darkness that we are experiencing. And by the way, our temperature has dropped. We're down to 72 degrees. I can even see a blue spot right there. Come on. We've got 4 minutes. The crowd is willing it. Yes! Whoa! We can see it. Just for a minute, just for a second. But I'll take it. I will take it. Look at it. Oh my God. We got it. We got it. Oh my God, Lord, look at it.
Viewer out of a cereal box. I actually pulled this one off my refrigerator this morning. So, and again, you do it the same way with poking a hole in it and holding it up to the sun so you can see the shadow on the ground. We've got the tree branches is a good one. And the colander is an easy one to pull out of your kitchen.
Okay, how are you feeling about the weather here in Texas today?
I am so excited that the sun is coming out. It's a little bit humid, but we're used to that in Texas. We have every little phase of the weather, but the sun is out, so people are starting to look up. It's really fun to see the different faces already.
And as an educator, how are you feeling about people's reactions to the eclipse, to the science, to the things that they can do?
It's been really fun. We've been talking about how the animals are going to react, and is it safe to leave your dogs outside, and how the birds are going to quit chirping because they think it's nighttime. And so it's been fun to Google and research some of that.
What has been like the biggest question people typically ask of you?
A lot of them are, why can't I just look up the sun? Why can't they, and so you get a sunburn if you sit out in the sun too long. So imagine looking directly at the sun with your eyes and the damage that it can do to your retinas. And it's not even something that you'll notice right away. It may be something that you notice a day or two later that you sunburned your eyes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Julie, for joining us. We really appreciate it. And now I think we're going to throw it back to the views in Mazatlan and maybe or elsewhere around the country. So.
¿Son turistas de Colombia? Yo de Mazatlán. Ustedes son los turistas de Colombia, ¿verdad? No. Yo no soy turista de Colombia. Mira, tú eres la colombiana. Después te voy a hacer una pregunta.
¡Es un planeta! ¿Lo vieron? ¡Otro más! ¡A la izquierda! Miren el horizonte. Vean cómo parece que amanece y todo el horizonte está iluminado.
Y mira el punto. Se ve ahí espectacular.
¿De dónde eres?
De Colombia,
¿De dónde es Colombia?
de Bucaramanga.
¿Qué parte que llegaste aquí?
Llegué hace una semana. Karen Ibarra.
¿Karen?
Ibarra.
¿Con Y o con Y?
Con I latina.
Cuéntame, ¿qué es esto?
Buah, un espectáculo absoluto de la naturaleza. Vine a hacer una pasantía de investigación y me siento feliz de esta experiencia maravillosa.
¿Qué edad tienes?
Tengo 39 años.
¿Pasantía de qué?
Investigación en la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México con la doctora Ana Gabriela Hernández.
Muchas gracias.
Bueno, a ti. ¿De qué? ¿Para dónde vas?
Espérate, creo que no salió nada.
Ay.
¿Tu nombre?
Karen Ibarra.
Karen Ibarra, con Y latina.
Con I latina.
¿Qué estás haciendo en México?
Estoy haciendo una pasantía de investigación en la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México con la doctora Ana Carolina Ruiz Hernández. Soy investigadora científica del Centro del MAC. Estoy alucinada con el
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué está pasando?
Ay, wow, que estamos de día, pero de noche también. Dos momentos en simultáneo, espectacular. Ver el anillo de diamantes es lo máximo.
Muchas gracias.
Bueno, a vos.
Oye, Karen, ese puntico.
15 segundos para el fin de la totalidad. Hay que dejar de mirar cuando yo les dé la señal.
Una pequeña mordidita, el puntito ahora ya se está desplazando y empieza a verse el anillo de fuego.
¡Se acaba la totalidad!
Nos colocamos los lentes, los visores, ya no es seguro observar el sol.
Karen, es que sí, es espectacular. Impresionante.
Un aplauso.
Disfrútalo, mi amor.
Ok, ahora continúa la segunda parcialidad. De aquí y hasta las 12:32 vamos a tener el fenómeno inverso. La luna se va a ir retirando hasta que a las 12:32 volvamos a tener el mismo sol de todos los días, el eclipse haya terminado y tengamos que esperar otros 3 siglos para volver a presenciar esto. Muchas gracias a todos.
Si no, las estrellas no se vieron.
gosh, folks, have you seen that? Did you see, you know, the eclipse touching down on Mazatlan all day today, this morning? Just the earliest forecasts were cloudy and potentially rainy, and just then you could see just how quickly the weather changes, you know, just in time for that moment of totality. And even after totality, that moment when you know, the diamond effect came in through, the Bailey's beads were peeking through, like, it just is so exciting, and I am living vicariously through them right now as the clouds start to cast a shadow on us instead of the moon. But you know what? There's just so much more excitement to be had, because we're going to head over to Carbondale, Illinois. Again, the weather's been so changeable throughout the path of totality, but sometimes, look, you just never know, right? Total solar eclipses happen every few years or so, especially like where you know, it's usually on somewhere else like the South Pacific. So this is a really special thing that we are hitting so many people around this North America, this continent. So you know what? We're going to head over to hear more from a citizen scientist setting up their solar eclipse experiments out in Carbondale, Illinois. Let's take a look.
Eclipse Broadcasting Initiative, and it's a joint venture between NASA and Southern Illinois University here in Carbondale, Illinois.
And what is your role in the study? What are you doing as a citizen scientist?
Well, you said it. I'm a citizen scientist. I was recruited. I'm an alumni here from Southern Illinois University, and they contacted me prior to the annular eclipse, which we had last October, and asked me to record that from my home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I kept the equipment, and then they asked if I might join them here in Carbondale. So I drove 2.5 days from Santa Fe and ended up here with all of this gear that you see in front of me to capture data of the solar eclipse that's happening today.
Your background is in the motion picture industry. You do not have a background as a scientist. How did you end up doing this?
That's correct. I worked in the motion picture business for about 25 years, and so I know cameras, but I don't know telescopes. So when they sent all of this to me, I had never operated a telescope. I had never operated a mount like this. Certainly I've used a computer, but all of the software was new to me as well. So there was a bit of a learning curve. However, I think that my experience, and boy, the crowd is really getting into it right now. I hope you can hear me. There's a countdown going on. But all of my experience in the movie business did help, and it prepared me to really figure out how to work this gear and get the data that NASA needed.
What is it about your experience capturing the annular eclipse in October that caught your imagination and made you want to continue?
Well, it really was something else. I didn't know what to expect. I had never been through a total eclipse, totality, or annular. Annular, of course, is when the moon only covers a portion of the sun, not quite the entirety of the disk. And it still was a very interesting, some people say it's a magical time. The sky gets dark, obviously, but there in Santa Fe, a breeze came up. It got remarkably cooler. I had to put on a sweater. It was October anyway, but still, when the sun was covered up, it's amazing how much energy we lose here on the Earth when it's darkened like that. And we saw the effect of that. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing that here when the entire disk is obscured by the moon. This should be really cool to see in another half an hour, 45 minutes from now.
What exactly are you doing here? You're on the football sidelines. You got a bunch of cameras and telescopes. What exactly are you measuring?
Well, NASA's going to have to tell me what they're using my data for. I really don't quite know what they're doing with the special files that I'm capturing using this material here, this small telescope. There's a mono camera here that records in black and white. I do have my other gear here, my DSLR over here. I've got one behind me that's shooting a wide angle. I've got the stadium in the background for that, and I'm capturing different phases of the eclipse as it happens to that camera. So when I get home, I'm going to take my images here and from the other camera, and I'm going to put them through Photoshop, and I'm going to make a nice collage of that. And in addition to that, I'm going to download the data for NASA, send it back here to Bob Baer at SIU, who's overseeing the project for the university, and I'm going to have to rely on them to tell me what they find in the data that I collect. I'm not that smart.
What do you expect to experience during totality? I mean, this is new for all of us.
Yeah, it really is. I know it's going to get cold. I hope I can see my equipment to be able to operate it, because it's going to get very, very dark very quickly. For 4 minutes, we're going to be experiencing that. I hope that we can hear the environment around us. I hope that we can hear the birds come out and start chirping and behaving differently. That happened when I was in Santa Fe with the annular eclipse a little bit. So I'm expecting more of that, only amped up because of the totality event today.
Great, thank you so much, Robert Dennis, and let's enjoy some more pictures from the eclipse.
Very good, thank you.
Hello, everyone. We're excited to be joined by Javen Gonzalez, Mesquite representative, to tell us a bit about how things are feeling here in Texas. Javen, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about Mesquite, Texas.
So in Mesquite, we're known as the rodeo capital of Texas, so we sit just right outside of Dallas.
Okay, yeah. And how has being on the path of totality affected the community, local businesses? What were you feeling here?
So there's a lot of energy here in Mesquite, just from like a lot of local businesses, the volunteers downtown. They were really excited. We started planning for this a year ago, so we felt like the community is really well prepared for what's happening and all the visitors that we have.
And Mesquite and many other communities along the path of totality hosted full weekend-long eclipse festivities, and you guys were among those. How did you roll out the red carpet for, the local folks and the visitors?
Sure, so we actually kicked it off in the most Mesquite way we could. So it's the 66th annual rodeo parade happened here in Mesquite. So we have it every year, but this year it was solar eclipse themed. So that's kind of what kicked off the festivities. We met with all of our hotels. We offered them glasses. We had a lot of international visitors who reached out to us in advance, so we kind of prepared their vacation plans and where to go while they're here.
And where are some of the people coming in from?
We have people from Copenhagen, we have people from Spain, England, Mexico, several different states. So I just talked to some people from California and Arizona, so all over the place.
That's fantastic. So I've heard, like you said, that Mesquite is really well known for the rodeo. I'm wondering, how are you hoping to keep the momentum up, the energy and the excitement up after the eclipse?
Well, and one of the reasons why we called our Eclipse Weekend the Solar Rodeo was to kind of go back into that, because we want this to have a positive impact on our community, not just for this weekend, but for the future. I know a lot of people who have been here have been talking about, oh, we want to go to the rodeo now that we found out that you guys are the rodeo capital, and they've driven past the arena. So we're really hoping to capture those. We've been doing a lot of incentives to follow us on social media and come back.
And any like things that you're doing with like the schools or the students and things like that?
Yeah, so we've been working with our local school district here since the very beginning. They're one of our big partners on this. So they have prepared all schools, so all staff, all students will have classes for today. They have lesson plans ready for today, and so all the kids are going out and observing. I'm sure they're out right now taking a look.
Were the schools closed today? It's Monday, or were they going on?
Schools are in session. Yeah, schools are in session here in Mesquite.
Any last thoughts? The weather, it keeps changing minute by minute. You're seeing it live there. Clouds are coming in, clouds are parting. We don't know what we're going to expect in 20 minutes. Any thoughts or any words of encouragement for everybody else who are also on the path of totality, possibly experiencing the same thing?
Good vibes. It's been blowing here off and on. The clouds have broken away and it gets really sunny and the clouds come back. So we're hoping that here in the next 20 minutes it's clear.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Javen. And I hope you know, things look up.
Thank you.
So we are going to have a look at all of the events that are still going on across Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. So stay tuned, take a look at our feed. If you need to find out about the latest updates and stories from around the country, you got to go to apnews.com. Check it out. We have a live blog telling folks, you know, everything that's happening and all the weather updates, traffic updates. Earlier today, I saw there was already a standstill for folks heading up towards the New England, so the northeast of the U.S. So if you want the latest updates, go to apnews.com, and we're going to continue taking a look around the country to see what's going on, how people are faring, and maybe we'll be lucky, just like Mazatlan, where the clouds will part just at the right moment. So we'll see. We've got high hopes here. folks, we're looking at Eagle Pass, Texas right now, the border city on the border of Mexico and the U.S. And you know what? It's been cloudy, but people are experiencing totality, and they're excited, and they're just having such a phenomenal time. You can just hear. We are moments away from totality here in Mesquite, Texas. Everyone is just looking straight up. If you happen to be looking on the screen at everybody else who's wearing reds, blues, greens, and colorful clothes, now is the time to notice the Purkinje effect. When colors are just changing, the temperature here on the ground is much cooler. All of a sudden, we are seeing the tiniest sliver of the sun peeking behind the moon. I am actually getting emotional, you guys. This is incredible. Five, four, three, two, one. It is totality here. Everybody just counted down together. Cameras are up. Everybody's looking up, just experiencing this together. There are children, there are grandparents here all together. I am emotional. I can see a planet on the sky. I am crying and I can't help it, you guys. This is phenomenal. I wish Laura, our VJ behind us, could actually take a look, because you gotta come out from behind the camera, Laura, please. But we can see a planet just to the side, and even though it's peeking straight behind the clouds, we are seeing it so clearly. We are lucky that we had high clouds here today. Just as this moment. It's absolutely darkness out here. It is incredible. There are folks taking photos with their cameras. They're not really going to get the ideal thing, but like now during totality, we're going to get 4 whole minutes of this, 4 minutes and 8 seconds. People can take selfies safely just at this moment of totality. And it is incredible. Like the solar activity right now is near its peak, and just from the ground, we are seeing how powerful the corona is peeking through from behind the moon. It is just something else, you guys. And I gotta say, for all of the drama of the weather forecast today, the clouds have made it absolutely spectacular. It's just something else. I hope you all get a chance to experience it at home in the future, if you're lucky enough to afford it, for it to come to you directly. But it is just nothing I've ever experienced before. Yeah, let me grab somebody. Hold on. We're gonna try and get an interview with people out here because this is something else, you guys. So we're just waiting to see if we can chat with somebody briefly. Right now, I'm looking around. It is darkness. It is so cool. The temperature has definitely dropped. We're not hearing much when it comes to crickets or anything. There weren't a lot of bugs near us, probably because it's so busy. But oh my gosh. And we have someone here joining us who is part of Totality, and smartly enough, wore green against my red, so you can see and test out the Purkinje effect for yourself. Please tell me your name.
Melody.
Melody, and where were you coming from? Are you a local? Or?
No, Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. How is this experience for you?
This is very exciting. My husband went to the one that was in Kansas. Yeah. I didn't go, so I came with him this time, and it's once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's very different than what I had anticipated.
Yeah. Anything that stood out for you right now in this moment? I mean, the clouds are just in and out all day.
That made it more of a community thing. We were all cheering for the clouds to move, and every time there was a gap in the clouds, there was a cheer. But just when it got to totality, it was very, it was awe-inspiring. Just the ring around it and how it kind of had gaseous features around it. It was just very interesting.
Was it anything like you expected? How is it different from what other people have told you about it?
I think I had the correct expectation as far as when the eclipse was occurring, but the actual total eclipse, that was different for me. I hadn't anticipated the ring and the gaseous effect of the ring around it.
The corona, the sun's corona. Tell me your name one more time.
Melody.
Melody, thank you so much, and please keep enjoying the rest of our 2 minutes. Oh, it's already peeking out. Folks, it looks like the diamond effect might be coming through, or there's a little bit of light. It's a little confusing because of the cloud cover, but it's starting to get bright. You can see the difference right now in the light. It's just complete darkness earlier. It just felt like it was nighttime. And even with the clouds, you still feel it. And so, you know, for everyone else still waiting for the totality to come to them, hold out hope. It could still be this good. Can I interview you? We've got one more person to interview here. Who's a worker? Are we good? All right. Tell me your name.
I'm Brittany Guareca.
Brittany, welcome, and tell us how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling super. I mean, this is cool. Like, I have no words. Honestly, I've never seen this before. Like, I've never experienced an eclipse before, and the fact that I'm working and I am able to be out here and with my family, and you know, actually getting to see this in person, it's crazy. Yes, like I couldn't miss out on this.
How long did you know that this was happening? You're from Texas. You're from Mesquite.
I'm from Mesquite. Yes, well, I'm from Dallas. I actually went to school here in Mesquite, so I didn't know that, you know, Mesquite was going to be one of the best views of the eclipse from the whole. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then I saw that people were traveling out here, and I'm like, dang, like. I've never expected this to happen in Mesquite, you know, because we're a small town. I mean, we're growing, right? But like, we're a small town outside of Dallas, and I mean, it's crazy. We had people come out and get coffee, and they're like, yeah, we're from the UK. Like, people were coming from all over, like, just to see the eclipse.
So how did you feel emotionally at that moment of totality?
I felt like this was so, I mean, I had my kids with me, so then I was like, hey guys, like, look up, and then they were like, wow, this actually exists. Like, we see it on the books, we see it, you know, and TV and everything, but we never see it live. So that was crazy. Like, I felt, yeah, that's God's creation. I love it. Yes.
What's your name?
José.
Spanish.
Spanish, yes.
¿Y qué tal? ¿Cómo fue?
No, bien, todo bien, gracias a Dios, estuvo muy bonito, una experiencia, pues, ¿verdad? Con toda la familia y, pues, trabajando. Vendiendo chilaquiles, ¿ok? Los mejores, ¿ok?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, folks. Gracias. All right, folks, totality's here. We are heading over to keep chasing the umbra, keep chasing that moon shadow. And now we're going to toss it over to Hot Springs, Arkansas to see how things are faring. They've had good forecasts this morning, so crossing fingers for them.
the countdown in about 5 seconds.
You don't want it to go away.
For your attention and pictograph here. Congratulations, you are now eclipse chasers.
I'm gonna put the glasses on.